have expressed to me that they get these higher states of openings and consciousness through meditation. Can you maybe talk us through
Yeah, so
that?
meditation was and still is a very, very important tool to begin to understand, to open some of the states up. But it's a very, very vague thing. And you'll talk to so many people and they'll say, you know what, I try and I try and I try. I can't. Why can't? Because the nervous system's in this, it's in survival.
What about the people that can do it and they have reached it? I mean, some people
So
can't.
let me just finish
Yeah.
with this. So they're in survival. So one of the first things is turn off the survival, open it up. Then with the other people is, well, what? It's like a friend of mine, Ram Dass, when he told me once, he said, you know, I practiced meditations for years and years, and you know what? I became a good meditator. So what? I became a good meditator. Did that open my heart more? Did that give me more compassion? Could I use that to heal my back pain? Could it make me a better lover? Did it make me more conscious? And the answer is no. It made me a good meditator. But, now let's go into what really happens in successful transformational consciousness. That's different. Now it looks the same, the person's still sitting there, they may be doing certain things, but another doorway opens up. They may have sat 100 times, and I can tell you from personal experience, hundreds of times until finally a doorway opened up like never before. The experience transcended every meditation session I ever had, and from that I would be forever changed. Now, those are words until you have direct experience of that. So, but some information happened from that. But the key to meditation is the key in unified therapy, is the key in any kind of conscious discipline, conscious mindfulness, and that's always the same. Stop thinking and start feeling. Let's do it again. Stop thinking, which is the left brain, and move into the right part. And the miracle happens then. That's the same thing in unified therapy. So we're taking that, but we're moving it behind just beyond something that, oh, I feel relaxed and peaceful, to something that transcends the very process of suffering itself.
So what if I'm not a touchy-feely guy? Is it going to work for me?
It doesn't matter, as long as you have a brain, as long as you have a heart, as long as you have a nervous system. But you have to be willing to take the step. Without wanting it more than ever, without wanting to take the step, without wanting to let go, it's not going to happen. And what happens with people, especially with men, because we've learned to be so defensive, feeling, sensing, and especially when emotions come up, right? Because that's very, very common, and which is completely transforming, I think, our idea of what we think emotion is, right? Just the way Fazio and the others start bodily states, we're realizing that in sensory processing, when we're touching, we're moving, we're using sound, and manipulations of the energy system through sensory integration or sensory motor, that these entire new states, that all of a sudden memories come up, emotions start to come up. Now what you do with those memories, what you do with those emotions, changes the entire world. And so here we are. The person says, you know, I am absolutely petrified of heights. So what do? Do you drag the person up there and just say, get over it, be strong? No. The secret is always the same. It's the same with phobias. You start with 1 foot and let them check in how they're feeling. How does that feel? Well, okay, I'm calm now. 2, well, I feel a little agitated, my heart is racing. Let's see if we can just practice a little breathing and focus. Oh, now I'm 2, now I'm 3. And then the next thing is, that person turns out to climb Half Dome, which is one of the most difficult climbs in the mountain. And those, believe it or not, are true stories. So, there's a very famous climber, Alex Hummel. Now, Alex is amazing because he is what we call free solo. Free solo means he doesn't use ropes, he doesn't use clips, and he climbs the most difficult rock faces we know in Yosemite. And recently did Half Dome, and the cameras were there, 60 Minutes were there, and the reporter says to her, hey, why you do it? Is it for the adrenaline? And he looks at her, if I had adrenaline, I probably wouldn't be here. Because adrenaline is part of the stress, and I would start to shake, my hands would get wet, and I would know something's really wrong. No, I maintain a state of excitation, like a meditation. I am deeply relaxed, but profoundly alert. True states of meditation, like in the work, are deeply relaxed, but profoundly alert. Now, most people don't understand that. How can you be profoundly alert and deeply relaxed at the same time? But that seems to be the state that generates. So there he is, he's in that state, and he's in such a state that he allows him to do things that no other human being, or very few human beings, have ever done. And so fear would not be all right. Stress would not be all right, right? It's somewhere in between that. But you want fear if you need it. You want stress if you need to survive. But you want to be able to turn it off. And if we realize that most of the diseases in some way or form are resultant of some type of dysregulation in the stress response.